Hey guys, it's Suze here, and today we are here at Hershey Park's 2025 opening day. Today is Saturday, April 5th. Not the greatest weather day, as you can see. It's definitely looking a little dreary out, but you're here to check out everything new at the park in 2025. Get on some of our favorite rides again, like Candymonium, Sky Rush, Stormrunner, Fahrenheit, at the amusement park that now has the most coasters in the Northeast. Let's go do it. But first, we're gonna stop in Chocolate World to grab some chocolate, because I mean, we gotta while we're here in Hershey.
Chocolate, developing the rich flavor and
like Hershey's milk chocolate and special dog bars.
Hey, don't forget about Reese's peanut butter cups, my personal favorite.
Time to go share some goodness.
Went and got my new favorite candy bar from Chocolate World, the cotton candy bar. So good. And you can really only get it either online or at Chocolate World. So now we're over here in Supply Co. to come and try to find some new merch, because I know there is some new merch floating around somewhere. So we have some new Twisted Gravity designs. We got this kind of tie-dye shirt, we got this hoodie, bag, cups, but you name it. Plenty of magnets as well, just the one design it looks like for now. And then the same thing on this side as well. And as we look around, I know this was here last year, that was here last year as well, but I'm sure there's gonna be some new merch designs as we roll around the kind of store here. They always have really, really good merch here at Hershey. They also have this great set of pins up here right by photography services, and there's a special one right there for Skyview. Obviously, that is the ride that is not returning for the 2025 season, their Sky Ride. Kind of interesting how this one wound up closing at the same time as Great Adventures, but I kind of figured this one would be on its way out, which it's not really a huge loss. It's not anything huge anyway, but they do have some commemorative merch for it right here, along with all the other major rides. So if you're a pin collector, you got plenty of options here at Hershey Park. Alrighty, we are now inside the park. They actually opened a bit early. It is 10:33. Park opens at 11. I'm assuming they're doing like a modified Sweet Start kind of thing with Candymonium. This kind of looks like. Well, it looks like first ride of the day might wind up being candy. Scratch that. We're going to come back to Candymonium a little later on. We're going to go explore some of the rest of the park. Hey! Hershey Park is open! Right when you walk in, you get an excellent view of Twisted Gravity over there. We'll check that out a little later. For now, we're heading over to a ride that you'll see once we get there. We're not going to discuss it yet. First ride of the season is going to be Fahrenheit. Came here first because this ride has fairly notoriously low capacity, so wanted to come hit it before it gets a line. All right, we just got off of it was the second ride of the season on Fahrenheit. First ride on that second train, though. It was running good. I always am a pretty big fan of this ride. It's got some really strong elements. Of course, it's an Intamin, and Intamins are always great. You could definitely tell it was still early in the season. I mean, it's kind of chilly, it's rainy, so it was running a little on the slow side, but always great to get on that early, because if you don't get on early, chances are you'll be waiting a while. But now we're gonna see if Stormrunner's open. I know Stormrunner doesn't really like the rain, and it was like light rain, so let's see if it's open. And that's what I like to see, an open Stormrunner. This is gonna be a pretty sad one to get on, not for the sake of the ride. The ride's awesome, but obviously we just suffered a pretty big loss in the northeastern coaster world with the demise of King Dakar, so this now stands as the only hydraulic launch coaster, I believe, east of the Mississippi. I could be wrong, but it's the only one. Oh yeah.
Now get ready. Here we go.
Just did 2 rides on Storm Runner. There was no way I was gonna be able to do just 1 ride on it, because riding this, I just feel like I'm back on King Ka, and I mean, honestly, it's almost better than King Ka. It always was pretty equal in terms of ride experience, but actually having a hydraulic launch coaster open is so good, and definitely gonna be a massive incentive for me, especially, to come to Hershey more often, because this is now the only, like I said, the only park where you can ride a hydraulic launch coaster east of the Mississippi. There's only 3 left in the United States, and this is one of them, probably the best of the 3 if I had to guess. I haven't ridden the other 2, but Storm Runner is just so good. So over here, actually right by Storm Runner's top hat, this used to be Moe's and is now a new restaurant called Los Tres Cubanos. I hope I said it right. Cuban cuisine. So there you go. It's got plenty of new options in there, all renovated. Looks great. Now, because we saw Skyrush running in the distance, we're gonna head up there and get some laps in. All right, we're entering the Hollow, and look at Twizzler's Twisted Gravity, perfectly framed inside of Great Bear's emblem there. That looks phenomenal, and it looks absolutely huge. So obviously you can see that it sits on an elevated concrete pad right there, so it already is a really tall ride, but then the fact that it sits so high off the ground up there, kind of, you know, adjacent to Overlook at the same elevation, it's just absolutely huge. And these ride models, the Spirit Swings, probably my favorite flat ride in existence. So the fact that it's at one of my favorite parks now really makes me excited for it to open. So it looks like due to Twisted Gravity construction, the path that kind of goes right up against Super Duper Looper's Loop is currently closed, as that leads up to the Overlook. So imagine once Gravity's construction dies down a bit, that path will probably reopen. Now it's time to complete the Intamin Trinity here at Hershey Park with Skyrush. Alrighty, we just got off of Skyrush in row 7, and it was just as great as last year. I love the improvements they made in this station. We'll say the restraints, they're obviously an improvement overall over the previous ones. Maybe some people that like the aggressive ride experience more would like the old ones better. I can understand that. These just kind of hit you in a different way. They spread out the extreme pressure as opposed to putting it all on your thighs. Sometimes that's more uncomfortable depending on who you are, but either way, it was Skyrush, and Skyrush is always great. Jack?
Oh, I loved it.
That was your first time on New Skyrush, right?
It was my first time on New Skyrush. I think I enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was very comfortable, and it's still Skyrush, so like it's still a great ride. But yeah, it was great to get back on it.
Absolutely. What'd you think?
A little less aggressive than it used to be, but still a great ride.
Oh yeah, you can never mess with Skyrush because it'll always be probably the most intense coaster here at the park. But now we're gonna head out of the Hollow because this is pretty much the only way to get out of here now with the construction, because that path is also closed for Twisted Gravity construction. So maybe we'll head over to Great Bear. I guess we'll see. And there is the former station of Skyview. They still have a lot of the towers up as well. I imagine kind of like at Great Adventure, they'll probably stay up for quite a bit. They are a lot smaller than a typical Von Roll one, like the one that was at Great Adventure. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I wasn't really surprised it got removed. But look at that. Look at this great view of Twisted Gravity. This ride really is imposing. It fits perfectly at this park. Instinctive ride here. We're gonna go on the Reese's Tower, Triple Tower, because that is my personal favorite one. Reese's Tower in the books, and that's probably still my favorite of the 3. It's very reminiscent of if you've ridden the one at Casino Pier or Playland's Castaway Cove, because you get 2 really strong pops of airtime after the first 2 launches, so to speak. So it is awesome. Twisted Gravity is just ginormous. Even when you're up here on the hill, it's just huge. And now it is time for Great Bear. Look at that, Great Bear is a walk-on right now. It's awesome. Great Bear in the books, and that was running so fast. I haven't seen this ride run that fast in a really long time. It's very unique B&M invert, probably one of my favorites just because of how unique it is and the fact that it usually runs very intense. Here's a closer look at Twisted Gravity. Look at that. So this could be the platform right here, station platform. The gondolas are not on quite yet, but everything is there ready for them to be put on. This is gonna totally change this whole area of the park right here. Now while we're down here in Pioneer Frontier, we're gonna go for a ride on Trailblazer. Just got off Trailblazer and it looked like there might have been some kind of a electrical upgrade to the trains. I saw a lot of what looked like new sensors. I could be wrong. I have never really paid that much attention to this ride, but it definitely looked new, which is cool to see. Well, it looks like it is Wildcat's revenge time because not much of a line. Alrighty, just got in a ride on Wildcat, and this is still definitely the best coaster at Hershey. And they have one of the best lineups in the world, quite frankly. And saying that this is the best, I mean, obviously it's an RMC, but there's still so many other amazing coasters here. But this, after riding Airy Force so many times last month, it was kind of weird to come back on this because the two of them opened in the same year. They were kind of seen almost as like sister coasters, and they could not be more different. They're both excellent rides, both very close to each other in my rankings, but they are so different. Also, it felt really smooth today. I mean, obviously RMCs are always really smooth, but you'll usually feel that little bit of a vibration as you're going through. This felt like it was running as if this was day one for it ever. It was running so smooth, which is really cool. Now we've ventured all the way to the back of Hershey Park to hop on Lightning Racer. Should also mention, Lightning Racer turns 25 years old this year. Congrats to Lightning Racer, that's quite the achievement. And another ride that is a walk-on. Got off of back row on the lightning side or the red side of Lightning Racer. And if you guys have watched the channel for a while and seen me come to this park, you know I'm not a huge fan of Lightning Racer, but it was actually running really good today, a lot faster than normal. And you can see big reason why is all that new track. There's a lot of new track on both of the two sides. I think Lightning definitely has a little bit more green, but it was running pretty good and actually got a good amount of airtime, which is a little unusual for this ride, at least in my experiences. So no complaints. It's running really good. Probably the best I've seen it in a while for its 25th year. Well, we decided while we're passing it, we might as well give the mouse a ride, because when I rode it during Candy Lane last year, I actually enjoyed it a lot more than usual. So might as well give it some love while it has no line. I don't know what it is with this wild mouse. I've rode it for the first time in a while during Candy Lane in late 2024. It is like genuinely one of the best wild mice out there. It is glass smooth. It runs stupid fast because it does not trim at all. It's like the model wild mouse. I don't know why it always gets so much hate because it's genuinely really good. We're hopping aboard Fahrenheit again because it's literally just a stairway. I've never seen it this consistently not crowded. You could really see Twisted Gravity from all over the park too. Had to come over here and get my favorite theme park pretzels. They are just so good. All right, now we're back down in the hollow to hopefully go get another ride in on Sky Rush. Actually, since Comet really doesn't have much of a line and it's on two trains, Might as well just wait it out. Well, the day just got a whole lot better. Skyrush is on 2 trains now.
Yeah, it is green. You gotta see the sky is a little more blue, but you can't control which one.
I find it funny how long it takes for Comet to park from when it's sitting back here waiting for the next train to dispatch, because it just constantly pumps the brakes, pumps the brakes, pumps the brakes. Kind of funny. But Comet was good. That was my first time riding it after the refurb in 2024, where it lost the buzz bars in favor of the traditional PTC restraints. And I mean, it doesn't really affect the ride very much because the restraints, they're not gonna come down crazy tight on you anyways. It definitely has a few trim spots. This turn actually had a pretty strong trim. So there was airtime, nothing like crazy, but it's a really nice kind of step-up coaster, kind of like what Rolling Thunder did for Great Adventure, and this has always been a good ride. I rode this a long time ago for the first time, so it was great to get back on it. Now we're gonna hopefully go get some more rides on Skyrush. Now the line should definitely move faster with it being on 2 trains. A little bit of a line, but nothing too bad.
Flight 2012, clear for takeoff.
Well, this line for Skyrush is even less after 1 ride, so we gotta go back on. Two more back row rides on Skyrush in the books, and it is just so good. The airtime, if you've ridden Skyrush, you know, it's phenomenal. All right, we've ventured all the way up to the front of the park. Hopefully Candy doesn't have too bad of a wait so we can hop on. Well, that's promising. Just got off Candymonium in the back. I was running pretty solid, and something nice I noticed, just aesthetic, well, not really aesthetically, it's kind of functionally too. All of the clamshells, seemingly on every row of every train, have been replaced. They're all brand new clamshells, so they're nice and fresh. They look really new and clean. So great little improvement there. They obviously always upgrading the trains as the years go on. This is Candymonium's 5th year now, which is kind of crazy. It makes me feel really old because I remember being here pretty much like when it opened immediately after the park reopened for COVID. Actually, I think it reopened with the park for COVID. So knowing this is 5 years old is crazy. Now I'm headed over to Milton's to get myself some ice cream because the ice cream here is just so good. All right, so I got this monster. I decided to dunk the cone because I knew it was gonna fall. I got the orange cream kind of thing in there, Jolly Rancher sorbet, and then cookies and cream. And it is really good. Looks like they even have some exclusive Lightning Racer 25 years merch. We got a hat, we got shirts, mugs. It's awesome. And the Kissing Tower is also celebrating 50 years this year, and it has its own merch as well. They even got a hoodie with the same logo. They got more shirts. They got this new Lightning Racer design. I think I actually have this shirt. Yeah, it's lots of great merch for Lightning Racer. We've ventured back to the best ride in the park as it's starting to light rain. So if I had to guess, rides like Skyrush, Candy, Storm Runner, probably going to close. They typically don't run those in the rain, but I know Wildcat tends to run in the rain as long as it doesn't get too heavy. Looks like Wildcat has accumulated a bit of a line. Nothing terrible, but definitely a bit of a line. Alrighty, another ride done on Wildcat, and it is just so good. As you can see, the line definitely grew a bit. I don't know if we're gonna get any more rides, but I've ridden this so many times already, so it doesn't bother me too much. This ride is just awesome. Either, what'd you think?
Awesome ride. I mean, it's great all times of the season, so great ride.
Have you ridden Airy Force?
No, I have not.
Okay, I was gonna ask you for comparison, but I know who I can ask for comparison. Colby, how was Wildcat?
I like this a lot better than Air Force One because it's better.
Okay.
Less intense, more well-rounded.
I think they're pretty equal, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Jack, how was Wildcat?
I thought it was great. It was running so smooth, and it's easily the best ride here.
I would agree. Skyrush is great, but this blows it away.
Great, but yeah.
Johnny?
Awesome ride. Got some awesome airtime on this thing.
Oh, yes.
This ride.
Any RMC, you're going to get launched, but this one especially really does feel like it's trying to send you out of the train, and definitely Hershey's best coaster. Now we ventured back down to Lightning Racer again. We're gonna switch sides this time, so I'm gonna try the green side. All right, we just got off the Thunder side or the green side. Probably better overall. It's rougher than red side, but it is more intense. There's better airtime, and obviously it tends to win a lot more. So I think I might have a slight preference towards the green side, but it is definitely running a lot better this year than it does in years past. So props to the Hershey maintenance team on getting some new tracking in here and giving it a freshening up on the trains and everything else for its 25th anniversary.
Valley of Beer.
Hershey Park Kissing Tower for U.S. leisure grounds for the employees of Hershey's Chocolate Factory. Today, our family theme park has more than 70 attractions, including 15 coasters, like Wildcat's Revenge and Skyrush. Coming this summer, our newest candy attraction joins the Hershey Park Skyline, Twizzler's Twisted Gravity. Ascend 137 adrenaline feet, defy gravity as you swing at speeds reaching 68 miles per hour, and experience multiple mind-bending zero-G moments.
It was very nice to ride the Kissing Tower during its 50th year. I actually don't remember the last time I rode it. I was probably really little when I rode it, because I think I first visited Hershey in like 2009, so I was like 3. Probably rode it back then, but it was really nice to get back up there and get some excellent views of the park. It's a rare sight, all 3 triple towers moving at once. I don't remember the last time I've seen that. So inside the Overlook Cafe, they have one of these cotton candy machines. And I've actually never seen one of these in the wild. I've seen them many times at IAAPA Expo, which for those who don't know, it's essentially a giant expo down in Orlando where they show off all kinds of different products. And this is one of them from a variety of different companies, but I've never seen it in the wild like this before. I'm gonna go for a ride on the Hershey's Tower now, because I feel like we've done like everything at the park. All right, so what I really love about the Triple Tower is that all 3 towers are so different. We didn't ride Kisses, but Reese's and Hershey's, despite the fact that they're both S&S drop towers, could not be more different. Reese's is all about the airtime, where you get those 2 really strong pops at the top when it thrusts you down. The Hershey Tower, honestly, is about the launches. The first launch might be the strongest launch on any shot tower I've done. And then you get a slight turbo drop when you do the dropped portion of the drop tower. Not the whole way. It's like a strong kick at the start and then it levels out. But they're so different. Just finished our rides with one final ride in the back row of Wildcat. And it's crazy today because I feel like I don't even need the stay till closing because I'm so content with everything we did. When you catch Hershey Park on a day like this, where crowds are perfectly manageable and like you're not waiting more than 5 to 10 minutes for anything, you can get through the whole park with re-rides and everything very quickly. So whether you're here on a crowded day, dead day, there's always a ton of stuff to do. That is gonna do it for Hershey Park opening day 2025. A really well done opening day. I have to say, props to the team because everything was ready. The only coaster that was closed was Super Duper Looper. Most rides were on 2 trains. Of course, there were a couple that were on 1, I believe Storm Runner, a few others, but really not that bad overall. Crowds were very manageable. We got on a bunch of rides, and the fact that I'm leaving as early as I am should probably tell you that I feel very satisfied with our day. It was great. With all that being said, that is going to do it for today's vlog from Hershey Park opening day. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye, guys.